NIL deals. Why there should be limitations on college athletes getting paid. Introduction. Back in 2021, financial deals were approved for all college athletes to benefit based off their name, image, and likeness. With the coming of these NIL deals, student athletes have been paid sometimes to enter the transfer portal. This means every single athlete is being questioned on the loyalty to the program. A pro for NIL deals is that the increase of the competitiveness among the less likely schools. The problem. Student athletes are getting paid to leave their own programs, which means it's harder to retain their own athletes. Another problem is student athletes have an increased amount of pressure on them to do good enough to make the money they need and could push themselves too far mentally or even physically. The solutions. The NCAA can put a tax on NIL deals for transfer athletes. So the student athletes can't make as much if they transfer from their own program and focus on their actual interests. The other solution is universities can offer more scholarships and offer counseling for student athletes who are struggling with pushing their limits, or require student athletes to take courses on NIL deals to understand why they are dealing with mental health problems. The results. In 2021, 2,000 Division II student athletes transferred to another school. In 2023, that number was up to 3,400. That's a 63% increase in 2 years. For Division I student athletes, in 2021, there were 9,800 portal transfers. In 2023, that number was 13,000. That's a 75% increase in 2 years, according to the front. This shows that the student athletes are being enticed to leave their own program that recruited them and leaving for more money, not just for their future. Student athletes are now recruited with the extra benefits of NIL deals being added to the mix. The benefits of NIL deals might include financial help for family, friends, and others, while setting up student athletes up for a stable future. NIL deals might include their social media appearances and other related activities. With the already known pressure of juggling, of being a student athlete, and their ability to practices and all that kind of stuff, their ability to handle scrutiny and social media can add to a potential mental health issue. The psychological nature of money and the relationships between coaches, teammates, faculties, and friends, and others will be interesting dynamic to follow on as this progresses. On a 2019 study, it found that around 35% of elite athletes at the top had mental health concerns. The top issues reported by athletes including feelings of burnout, depression, and anxiety. Student athletes means student first. So if the student is juggling practices, NIL obligations, and even games or meets, when will the student athlete deal with their academics? All of this can impact the student's mental health. If classes and counseling can be offered to the student athletes, part of the scholarship packages the universities are giving out. A conclusion. Taxing the NIL deals for transfer students will help them not just focus on money for the motive, but which school fits best for them, which will be more beneficial for the students athletes in the long term. Giving the student athletes more credit hours for mental health help should be given a chance. It helps give student athletes breaks from their busy schedules and easy courses and helps them focus on themselves. And here are my sources.